Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to day 9 on this beautiful Saturday. Finally, I get some daylight instead of usually having these videos at night. This time it's during the day. I could see that you guys can see I don't have the yellow look on my face at this point because the light is not on and there's beautiful sunlight here in Montreal. The weather is beautiful. How's the weather on your side? I'm gonna wait for people to log in as well. It's gonna be a good day today because we're gonna be adding some products to the website, and that's going to be very interesting. Good afternoon, Jacqueline. Good to see you. Excellent. You guys hear me well? Everything is good on your side? Again, just want to make sure before, and do you see my screen right now? I just have both of them. Want to make sure all is well before we get started. Sunny, 83, wow. It's sunny here in Montreal. It's still cold though. I don't even know what's the weather. I haven't been out for a very long time. It's 11 degrees Celsius. So just how much is that in 11 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit? So we're talking about 51 Fahrenheit in Montreal right now. For us, it's nice. I mean, I got to admit right now, I'll just take anything. As long as we're healthy, that's what matters at this point. So yeah, hope you guys are doing well as well. What's up, Ali? Good to see you, man. Dedicated every single live. Ali is showing up. You know what? I can't wait to see your store. So you put in the effort, you'll end up launching this baby and eventually start selling online. For those who are joining in, so today the focus is going to be on adding products. I'm just going to wait I'm still early. So I came online a couple of minutes before 2 o'clock just to give people a chance to settle in. It's already day 9. I guess can believe this. Hi, Katrina. Nice to see you come in. So sometimes people ask me, can you do it less than 21 days? I'm like, of course. I could help you launch a store in a weekend. So build a store in a weekend. Maybe that's a future challenge I'm going to have for those who want to binge watch all of the videos over the weekend and just launch something within a couple of days. It is possible. Unfortunately, it could be very overwhelming, especially for people who are just getting started. And if you really think about it, we've accomplished a lot in 9 days, from planning to coming up with a brand name to creating a logo to designing your logo, literally, and creating the store, adding a theme. So you could see that a lot has happened. We've even created some of the pages yesterday. Yes, we didn't fill them up yet, but nonetheless, I think you guys would agree. Let me know in the comments. You would agree that even though it's been 9 days, it's a significant amount of days. Nonetheless, for those who have been following the challenge day by day, do you guys agree that it is actually helping you progress, advance in this project? I mean, the pace, is it good with you guys or is it too slow? I'm very curious to see this because this is the first time I'm doing this challenge. And in the future, I need to tweak it. And I rely a lot on your feedback. Is it too slow? Or should I make it faster, less days? So far, I know we're not done yet, but at this point right now, would love to hear some of your feedback to just get a sense of where is everyone within the challenge. Okay, I'm just setting things up on my side right now. Give me a second. 21 days, yeah, it's good. Ali says it's good, 21 days. So look, so far so good. Yeah, you know what? I think, we're Katrina as well. Good. You know what? I think 21 days is realistic. The last thing I want is put out a challenge out there just to grab people to join in, and then eventually they never launch. That's not what I'm trying to accomplish here. You'll notice that there's about over 100 people right now in the group, and I just want to make sure that people benefit from this value. Even though it's a free challenge nonetheless, but I still want people to take action. And I don't want to make people feel a little bit overwhelmed. So before we get started, so there's a question that people kept asking me, Alaa, what if now, because we're at the stage currently of adding a products to your website, what if you don't have any product? So for the purpose of this challenge, what I recommend is pick up 5 different items in your home. Even if you don't have anything, whether you're selling jewelry, whatever it is, just pick up 5 different items, um, preferably things that are outside, like different categories. So this way, when we create collections, you will be able to have multiple collections and not just have everything the same. Like, for example, you're selling necklaces, try to divide them into 5 different types of collections, different categories. If you don't have anything right now, just pick up 5 items that you can easily take a picture with your smartphone for the purpose of this challenge. Now, for those who, and I had a couple of people message me, and some of them even commented, where can I find ideas on what to sell online? So what I want to do right now is, again, I'm not here to sell, but again, at the same time, I want to help. Unfortunately, this challenge, we're not covering where to find products or what kind of products to sell online. I think that is something else I don't want to cover for this in this challenge. But nonetheless, I have a course, and I'm just going to include the link inside here because I want to make sure that those who don't know where to go, you can get this here. I'm just going to put it in. So if you guys are interested in learning more about how to find an e-commerce business idea, since right now we are at this stage, I put in a link in the comments of this video. And you'll notice that I've created a course right here, very simple. It's only $19. So again, I'm not even charging a lot because I know those who are just getting started in e-commerce, they have limited budgets. And here, this course is really going to help you figure out what kind of e-commerce business should you launch, who to target, where you get ideas. And I really share a lot of videos inside this course where I'm going to introduce you to e-commerce. There's a bunch of videos, lessons there. We're going to find new product ideas, where to find these products, how to evaluate product ideas, and also e-commerce inspiration. I share a lot of examples of actual websites that sell all sorts of products in this course. So it's about, I think, 5 modules. You guys could see right here the different types of lessons inside each module. Take a look at it. If you guys see it's worthwhile, you get 5 modules, 16 video lessons. You have a product validation checklist, product price, like a calculator template to figure out how much to sell your product. And I've also given a bonus access to a Facebook group that I have for students that people can interact between themselves. And there's a money back guarantee. Again, it's only $19. I used to sell this a lot more, but I decided to reduce the price only because I felt from my surveys I've ran across all of my academy, I've noticed that people have limited budget, and I don't want that to be an obstacle. I don't want to make it free because I want people to take action, be committed to it. Nonetheless, I just wanted to share this because of the fact that people have been asking and people have missed it on the welcome video. Again, it's affordable. I had someone even a long time ago reach out. It's like, I can't even afford a course. I said, listen, if you can't even afford $19, then you really need to evaluate the whole concept of e-commerce. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe you should think about generating money online through other means, for example, like selling services or your skills, whatever it might be. I felt like at 19, and right now I'm having a lot of people purchase this course at this price. I felt like, yeah, this is a fair price for people to learn about what to sell online. So I just want to get this out of the way because of the fact that we are now in day 9, which is all about adding your products. So today I'm going to do it from a different, I don't have theory. So I have this slide right here that I'm going to share. I don't have any bullet points. I'm going to start filling up these bullet points as we go through the exercise because I want it to be an actionable type of lesson. So today the goal is to add, I'm going to try to do at least 5 different products. I'm going to add 5 different products into the demo store that I have for this challenge. I'm going to show you how to optimize those products, what kind of information that you need to add for each item so that people actually buy it from you. The last thing you want is just add a product with 1 image only and not a lot of description. You're not optimizing the product page really well. And then eventually you ask yourself, how come no one is buying this? Well, there's a reason why. And also what I'm going to do is my personal favorite trick in terms of figuring out what information should I include in a product that will make people buy it? And I'll show you a trick that I usually use for this, and you'll see how easy it will become for you when it comes time to adding those products. So what you need to do right now is head out to your online store. Guys, have any questions? This lesson is going to be most probably longer than 20 minutes because I really want to make sure it's covered properly. The product page is almost the last page they will see before adding to cart. It's the closest page to the wallet, to the money. So you really need to put an effort in this. And that's why I'm happy that, things are working out really well, that this session is happening on Saturday during the day because people have more energy than usually the evenings when I'm doing this. So you log into your store, and from there, you click on products and add product. So let me just see if I can make this bigger. I think this is good. Excellent. Perfect. So this is the product page, where the product form, let's call it. And that's where you start adding information. I'm just going to go over it quickly, and then we're going to go inside each block. So right over here, you have the title, the description. You have some images here that you can add. Here's a block about pricing, inventory, shipping, and variants. Variants mean the different configurations or variations that this product has. For example, you might have a product in different sizes, different colors. We're going to set this up too. I'll show you some examples. And also you have the search engine optimization right here. We've been through this yesterday when we created the pages, similar concept. And on the right-hand side, you'll notice that you have a section with product availability, how to organize those pages, and the collections and the tags and the whole 9 yards. So we're going to cover all of this. Let me see if I could increase the font size. Maybe that's better. Because sometimes I'm on my laptop, I want to increase the real estate in my screen, so I make sure that the font is a little bit smaller. Perfect. So again, I'm going to take the example of yoga products. So let's say, for example, I want to add my first product, yoga mat number 1. I'm not going to write any colors for now. I'm just going to fill out the form, and then we'll talk about what else should you add. So let's say the title is called yoga mat number 1. Right here, the description. This is a very popular yoga mat, durable and washable, let's say. I'm just writing stuff. I'm going to talk about, let's say, some of the material in there. I have no idea. I don't know why I chose yoga mats because I don't even do yoga, but material number 1. I see, because I'm struggling with this, my trick will work as I'm going to show you later on how to get some ideas. Okay, so material end, or I'm going to write here some benefits. You know what? Benefit number 1. Okay, benefit number 2, benefit number 3. I'm going to talk about the material. And let's say I'm going to say what's included. What do you get when you order this? Obviously, you get the mat. You get maybe a carrying case or a bag, let's say. And I might include some accessories, number 1. That's included in there. And let's say you'll keep writing here like a paragraph, a couple of paragraphs. Keep it short and simple. And then afterwards, I always recommend that you put in also information about what if people have questions about shipping, how to contact you, and all that stuff. So if you have got questions, click here to contact us. I'm going to do this, let's say, in bold. Okay, and I'm gonna, let's say, link this right here. So I'm gonna insert a link to, hope you guys know what, but it's going to be, how can I put the page? Does it, oh, I'll do that later. Let me put the store up. I'll show you how to add a link to this. Okay, so let's say this is the description of the product. You can put images, you can put videos of you showing how the product works, tables. You can change the fonts, you can change the styling, you can move this a little bit closer here, there, you can center it, you can change colors. So let's say got questions. Try to avoid red. Don't use red unless it's a promotion. But maybe I want to do this in blue. You name it. All that stuff can be. This is what they call a WYSIG. What you get is what you see is what you get type of editor. So very easy to use here. You don't need to worry about any programming skills or anything of that nature. So I have the description. At this point, I always say save it, just in case. You've already put in a lot of information, don't lose it. So I just click it and I'm gonna continue from here. At this point, you have the images. So the images are very straightforward. That's why I say if you have some sample products lying around, just take some images with your phone right now. And by the way, Shopify has an app that you can install on your phone, on your tablet. So if you're limited, it's very easy to use. And if you want to make it easy, if you have an Apple, I'm not an Android person, but I can take a picture with the phone and then AirDrop, transfer it to my laptop with ease. So what I did for this exercise here, I've already gathered some pictures of some sample products. So I'm going to put this picture right here. Let's say yoga. This is one image of the product. I'm going to add also a bunch of images. So I'm going to add those and I'm going to go through them right now. Try your best when it comes to product images to take different angles of the product, highlight specific features, benefits of the product, and show people what is it that they get, as well as show the product in use by someone that you target. So let's say in this case, I'm targeting maybe an older demographic or woman to buy this product. I'm going to show my product with that type of person. And now let me explain. So for example, I have the product image right here. This one, very simple. It's the product. But I also show, let's say, zoom ins in terms of the type of material and to see that, oh, great, people worry that if it gets wet, then it's annoying. But here you can easily wipe, let's say, sweat, if that's the case. I'm showing pictures of specific features of the rebound resilience. That's what people look for. Then I highlight that. I can zoom in a little bit on my finger just to show people these kind of features that matter to people who are looking to buy mats. I showed the mat fully open, so at least they see how it looks like. The corners are rounded, they're not straight. I also show them how it looks like when it's rolled up. I show them also some zoom ins in terms of things that matter to most, let's say, yoga people, where it might skid, and this one is skid resistant, and you show why, the back and the front, when you're standing on it, when you're putting it on the floor. All of these features would matter to someone who's looking for a mat, and use images to highlight those features instead of just relying solely on the description. Why? People are lazy. People don't read. People like visuals. They like videos. We know that. All of us are the same thing. But at the same time, you can't simply use visuals. You also have to include the text for those who will read, for Google as well, because when you use text inside your product pages, it gives a lot of signals, descriptors to Google to know exactly what this page is all about. So that if somebody is looking for a purple yoga mat that's durable and let's say washable, all of these keywords are here in my description. They might not get all of these keywords if they were simply images on this page. So you really have to balance it out. But don't stop yourself from adding more images. Again, with a smartphone, some daylight, you can take beautiful images. And there are some products that you could buy out there. I'm going to recommend something for you guys. If you want to take pictures that are, at night and you don't have the right lighting, I'll show you a box that I bought personally myself, available on Amazon. So I've added all those images. You can also embed YouTube videos. So let's say you have a video of your product. You can upload it to your YouTube channel, which is free, and then simply include the link directly here so that it shows within the pictures. That's for pictures. From there, I could scroll down a little bit here, and that's where I put my price. Now, let's say I'm selling this yoga mat for $29, but the regular price is usually $49.99. Again, I like to highlight the promotion. People love buying at discount. Now, it depends on your strategy. Sometimes people say, well, I don't want to go out there and start discounting everything. That's fine. It's okay. And that's a good strategy. But nonetheless, sometimes people do look for promotions. You could have at least a couple of products. You don't need to put everything on sale, but maybe 20% of your products, 15% of your products could be on sale to at least attract those deal seekers out there. And usually people are looking for deals. We all are. Cost per item, put in the cost right there. So let's say this yoga mat, when I buy it from my manufacturer, it's about $10, and I want to charge taxes because I want to have a legit business. What I like about this right here, you immediately, Shopify points out, by the way, this is how much your margin is and the dollar amount as in profits. So immediately you'll see that if your cost is $10 and you're selling it for 30, then your profit is 20. When it comes to pricing your products online, the rule of thumb, let's say if you were to tell me what should I sell, I highly recommend that you sell things at least minimum 3 to 4 times the cost. If you can 4, even better. Let's say you have something at $10 cost, if you're only selling it for 30, you're not giving yourself a lot of room when it comes to promoting your products on, let's say, digital marketing channels, whether it's Google or Facebook. You don't have enough margin for you to really spend on advertising. That's why I always say, at least if your product is a cost of 10, try to sell it minimum $40, 4 times, as much as possible. Now, it's okay to sell it at 3 times the cost, but understand that it's going to limit your advertising budget, because at the end of the day, it's very costly nowadays to attract customers to buy your product, especially with the amount of competition out there. Now, there's a lot of things that you have to consider. Maybe your product is unique. You could sell it even higher. That's okay. Just make sure you do some research in terms of what price should you be selling the product. Nonetheless, I always say minimum 3-4x the cost of the item. Then comes in right here, the inventory. I highly recommend that you assign a SKU, a stock keeping unit, to identify the product. If you don't have a barcode, that's fine. At least assign a SKU. So let's say I'm going to put in a number of, I don't know, this item is 1001. That's the number. This way, I start tracking my inventory, my reports. I know that this yoga mat number 1 has the SKU number 1001. If I change the name, if I change whatever it is, doesn't matter. In my reporting, it links back to this unique identifier, something that is unique for the product, so I can easily create some reports to see what's selling, what's not selling. If you have a barcode, make sure to put that in. Maybe you're buying products that have a barcode, like a physical consumer good. There's on the package, there's a barcode. Include that as well. Why? It's very important because sometimes you plan on, let's say, advertising these products on Google. Google will ask you, do you have a barcode? Because if you do have a barcode, they will link it to their own product catalog, that eventually you will start seeing these products on Google with a lot of information. Let me show you what I mean. So let's say I'm going on google.com. I'm searching for yoga mat. I think the company is called Gayam. This is a known brand. And I'm going to see here, well, right here, you'll see. So you can see right now, there are some products that are showing up here. And this one, let me see if this one by Best Buy. No, not this one. I'm going to go through the shopping campaign. Let me see if there's a yoga mat that a lot of people are selling. Gayam. Society. I don't have it. No, nothing. Let me look for something I know will exist. Nespresso coffee machine, just so that I give you the example of. Okay, perfect. You see right here, this product is offered by 3 shops right here. Now, the way Google knows is because all of these 3 stores are submitting this product with a barcode. And what's nice about it is when you submit it with a barcode, Google is going to try to match it with its own catalog and eventually start showing so much more information about this product that you may not have had on your own online store, like reviews or detailed specs like this. that information may not be available on your site, but Google has it in their own catalog. And the way they link it together is by using the barcode. That's why barcodes do matter, and I highly recommend that you put them. In this case, I don't have anything right now, so that's okay. I'm going to tell Shopify to track the quantity for this product because I don't want to oversell. So if I have 100, then I want to make sure that I only sell 100. I'm also going to say, you have the option of saying here, continue selling when out of stock. If I don't click this, and let's say I have 1,000 of them, 100 of them, then if I run out and I have 0, Shopify is going to show the out of stock message. But if you feel confident that you will always have access to inventory for this product because your manufacturer is able to ship you stuff in 2 days and you don't want to miss out on sales, then I recommend then putting in the check mark so that if you run out and there are no longer any in stock, you could still sell them. Why is this important? Sometimes when your catalog starts growing, it's going to be very hard for you to keep track of things. At the same time, you might have an ad running on Google or on Facebook. The last thing you want is the ad for it to be still active, driving traffic, and then people simply can't buy it because you're running out of stock. Yet, if you're able to get these products immediately, then just make sure it's clicked here so that you continue selling and that you don't miss out on all the traffic you're driving to your website. Right here now, under the quantity, that's where I put in, let's say, 100. You can also specify if you have inventory coming in. So let's say you have a big team, you have customer service, and you want to tell them, by the way, there's more inventory coming in. You can manage all of this here. Again, strong. These features did not exist a couple of years ago. Shopify is constantly adding it. You can also specify that this is a physical product. If you're selling a service, a digital download, whatever it might be, you can remove it. You don't have to have it. But if it is e-commerce, usually we're associating with a physical product. You click on this here and you put in the weight you specify. Is it pounds, ounces, kilograms, grams, you name it. This is important. Why? Because when you start shipping your products, this information might be needed by your shipping software so that they can give you an approximation of how much it's going to cost to ship those products to specific destinations. So make it a habit of adding something in there versus leaving it empty. Again, when you're selling, let's say, similar products, just try to guesstimate how much it is, but make it a habit of yours to always include that information. This part here, customs information. If you plan on selling your product outside of your country, let's say from Canada to the US or US to Canada, there are some rules when it comes to going through the customs. And in order for customs to know what it is that you're including, they use this concept called harmonized system code. There's a big database of all of these different codes that are associated for each product that makes it easy for customs to know exactly what is included in this package. Every product has a code, and you need to look for it if you want. So let's say, for example, I'm selling necklaces. Last time I remember using this. Yeah, so you can see here, you know what? Jewelry. Try to go high level. Don't, maybe they spell it with 2 L's. Yeah. So you can see that if I'm selling jewelry with metal-based clad, precious metal, that's what it is, or silver, imitation, let's say, whatever it might be. Look for the one that matches your product. In my case right now, I'm going to say sporting goods maybe, or footwear. I have to look for the one. Water sport equipment. I have to look for the one for yoga. You guys get the point. And then I select it, so at least that information is here. When you print out your labels, when you're shipping it out, all this information is already populated for your product. It just saves you time. If you're shipping within your own country, you may not need it. Again, verify with your post office. That's the best advice I have for you. Anything pertaining to customs and all that stuff, go to USPS, go to Canada Post, go to UPS, go to FedEx, Royal Mail in the UK, you name it. Go there, get some information, ask them if I need, and take the product with you. And this way, that's going to help. Tell them, I want to ship this product to the US or to Canada. What do I need in terms of the information that I have to give you guys? The weight, the size, dimensions, harmonized the HS code, all that stuff, they'll be able to answer you. So let's say country of origin, in my case, I'm in Canada. And then you can even select which province, where it's coming from. or really it's also where is the product being manufactured. Again, speak to your post office to get all that information. Almost done. Variants. Now, let's say this product comes in 2 different sizes and you want to offer these sizes. I'm going to put, let's say, regular size. I'm going to use the typical ones you guys are used to. It does not maybe apply to this right here, but let's say small, medium, and large. Enter. And let's say in this case, I have 2 colors. I have the blue color and also I have the black color. And those are my options. Okay. What's nice here, you'll see that as you start populating those variations, you'll have this option here to have different SKUs for each one and also different quantities for each one and different barcodes. So fill that out. Again, I'm just showing you the flexibility that you have when you add these products. You don't have to have variations. In my case, I don't have. I'm just going to remove this. But for the purpose of this exercise here, I'm going to leave it. So let's say everything is here. I'm going to say, you know what? I have 10 of each. Okay. That's what I have. And this one too is 10. Perfect. I don't want to sell more than 10. And that is good. Now here, the search engine, you can leave it as is, or you can customize it. As you see, immediately what Shopify did is they used the title as your page title. They have already your title as the URL, the link, and also they started taking the description from here that you had put in right here, and they started populating the description for the page. You can change it. You can do whatever you want. If let's say you have only a blue color, and I would write the color right here, that could be part of the link. Again, these are options that you have. I'm just going to leave everything as is right now. Okay, almost there. Product availability is available in my online store. In the future, if you plan on selling on eBay, Facebook, or Amazon, you have the option of adding different channels. Right now, for the purpose of this challenge, we're staying only within the online store. And the last part, how do you organize this product in your catalog? So right here, you start adding the different, what is the product type? I highly recommend that you have these in place. It's very, very important. So in this case, we're going to be talking, this is a yoga mat. So I'm just going to add a category. This is, I don't know why I keep adding that. Okay, so the product type is a mat. The vendor is, it's me, my brand. So let's say Yoga Shop, that's my brand. I'm just going to put this. I'm not selling something that's already established brand. So let's say if you have, I don't know, you're selling Lululemon yoga mats, then you may want to add that as a vendor because some people want only a Lululemon yoga mat or a Gaiam type of brand. There are established brands already in the space for your product. Then use that because some people might be looking for a specific brand that your store offers. So have that here as a vendor. For the collections, we don't have any collections set yet, so ignore it for now. We're not using it. We're going to be using the collections later on. I think it's going to be either tomorrow or after tomorrow. We'll decide on when to show you how collections work. Tags, you can add specific things that characteristics to the product that people care about most. So let's say I'm selling, for example, 10 different mats. And the difference between all of these mats is the color and maybe the fact that some of them are, I'm just going to call it organic material. Not all products are organic, but this one is. So I'm going to say 100%, not organic, non-toxic. That's an attribute. I'm going to also say, for example, this product is, it's not, but whatever, machine washable. That's a feature. That's an attribute because not all yoga mats are machine washable. Maybe this one is. You don't have to add them right now. What happens is when people are searching for products, they'll be able to filter through the different tags that you have there, as well as the different collections that you may have. So it's just making it a lot easier for people to browse your catalog. If you have a catalog less than 100, less than, let's say, 20 items, do you need it? Not necessarily. But make it a habit of categorizing your products by tags as well. It just makes it a lot better for shopping. I'm done. I save. And that's it. So I could go inside my store right now, and you'll notice that the mat has been added. So if I go, let's say, widgets, catalog, I have one item right now, and this is the product. So you can see the title, the pricing information. It's available in different sizes, different colors. I can add to cart right here. Right here, you have the description. You got questions, you can click on contact us, and so on and so forth. Now, let's say I want to do the contact us page. Did I link it somewhere? Help, but I want to show you this so at least you guys have it. I'm going to go back to, I'm going to show you how to add a link. So pages, contact us. Let's say I'm going to get that link for the contact us page. And I will go back to the product, edit the description right here. And I say, if you want to click here to contact us, I will add a link to the contact us page in the same window. And I say here, contact yoga shop, for example. Insert link, save it. And then if I go back to the product page and I refresh, did it refresh? Did it save? There might be a delay. Yeah, there you go. So now when I go to the product page, there's a link here. If somebody wants to contact us, it's right here. And there you have it. Any questions before I move on to showing you how you can now speed up the process and also what type of information to include in each of the products? Let me look into the comments. So Katrina's asking, should the vendor always be your store? You could, or just don't put a vendor. You don't have to. You can just leave it empty. And I think if you go in and let's say I take it off, yeah, you don't have to have, I think, yeah, you do. Yeah, just put your store. If it's, let's say you're private labeling the product, you're buying it, but you're putting your name on it, your brand on it from your manufacturer, then you can put it. And if you don't want to share who's the name of the vendor or the manufacturer, just put it yours. So at least people know that it's coming from you. It's just a branding, let's say. You don't need to tell people who's the vendor. I mean, that's your secret. This is your source. So there's no need for you to share that. See if there are any other questions. Okay. Let me know in the comments. Is it good so far? Easy? Should I go slower? Is there anything that needs to be clarified before I show you some additional tricks? We buy barcodes. So if you don't have barcodes, yes, you can buy barcodes. You can buy them on eBay. And if you search on Google, just buy a bunch of them. You can't just make them up. You don't make them up. You got to buy barcodes. I don't have any recommendations where to buy them from, but just buy from a legit source. Just make sure that and you usually buy a range so that you could use it and it's been allocated to you. Universal product UPC. I forgot the last code. I think that's what it is, UPC. I forgot the acronym for it. So yeah, you can buy it. You can do the same thing. Usually people, if you're drop shipping, let's say, they will, some of the drop shipping partners will give you all of that information and you could put that information inside your product. So sometimes it really depends. If you have it, the manufacturers will give you the barcodes. You don't have to buy your own. But if you're creating something from scratch, let's say, and you want to build out your brand and you want to own that product barcode, then yes, buy the code and assign it to those products so that they're reserved to your catalog. All right, so I've answered some of the questions. So let's move on now to something that's very important. So here's a trick. If you want to simplify the process and make it faster, you can click on duplicate. And you say, this is a second yoga mat. You can duplicate with the images. Maybe you might have some images that are similar. Let's say your packaging. But if not, you just say, don't duplicate the images. Click on duplicate. And immediately you have a second product. But there's a couple of things you have to change. So make sure the title is good. Make sure the description is exactly different for this product. You don't want to use the same descriptions for all the products. You need to make them unique so that Google even knows that this is a different product. It's not the same. Make sure you upload your images for that product. Fix all the pricing, the inventory, whatever you have there. Make sure the listing here is different, because now you copied the one coming in from the other product. You need to make sure that this one has a different URL, different description, different title as well. And don't forget to change the product type if that's the case, the vendor, as well as any of the tags. And then you save this. It's already saved in my case because I just made the product. So if I go back to the list of all the products, you'll see them both here. And that's how it works. That's how you save time. So you can easily duplicate the products and immediately start modifying the different descriptions if needed. So that's one trick to simplify the process. So now, what do you include in a product? You're looking for, like, I know this is going to be a challenge. So people are like, what should I name my product title? What should I include in the description? What kind of images should I include? And really, even pricing. How much should I price my products? Obviously, when it comes to pricing, you got to do your research ahead of time to see if it's worthwhile for you to sell this product online. So that's why I say this challenge is not about finding the right product. I do cover this in my other course, the one I put in the comments. We talk about pricing and how to go about it. But for this challenge, where do you get this inspiration? And I want to show you my trick and how I go about figuring out what information to include and how can I make my product pages look amazing that people in the end just want to add them to the cart. Before I do so, it's very important to include specific information right here, which I have to do this for you guys. So first of all, don't limit yourself to just describing the product. In the description, you want to also include information about what if people have questions. For example, got questions, click here. Shipping, put a link to your shipping page. Put a link to your returns page so people understand, and put a link to anything pertaining to, let's say you have a guarantee of some sort, or 30-day satisfaction guarantee, or price match guarantee, whatever it might be. All of this information should be communicated inside the description, so at least people can find those answers quickly and add to cart. So before we do so, let me show you my trick. So let's say I'm selling, yoga mats. My trick is just go to Amazon first and look for the product that you plan on selling. As soon as you have it right here, here's the trick. Why don't you look at the best sellers within Amazon to see what are best sellers? How are they described on their product pages on Amazon? Sorry, the door is good. Excellent. That's what happens when you do a live video. So you look for, let's say, the best sellers on Amazon, and you look at the ones that have a lot of reviews. So let's say I'm selling yoga mats. You'll see here, there's a bunch of them. So let's say, for example, I'm going to click on this one right here, which is the one I actually used to update on Amazon, on my website. So immediately here, you'll see that, great. You'll have an idea of what type of images they include. So they have this, they have this, they have this, this, they even have a video. So even watch the video. So if you plan on making a video, look at this. They describe the dimensions, the sizing. They have nice, as you can see, it's not a studio. Just use your camera if you want and just move it around so people see exactly how the product is. And you have even, look at this. I love videos like this because they really give you a different perspective about the product, so that, you know, because you can't touch it, these videos allow you to see exactly what it is that you're buying. And they position it. So very simple video. I don't know if they have a 360 view. Yeah, they have that. But again, for now, you don't need to worry about this because that's a feature. But then you have all the images that you want that give you a different perspective of what you will be receiving. So get ideas from this. So imagery, creatives, you can get a lot of ideas in terms of what angles to take your pictures. Then I look at the title. For example, Balance From, that is the brand. Go Yoga, All Purpose, half-inch extra thick high density anti-tear exercise yoga mat with carrying strap. Obviously, because they're selling on Amazon, they've really optimized their title to be to show up higher in search results within Amazon. Do you need to do this on your website? Yes and no. It depends. Now, do I include all of this? No. What I would do is I would simply say a yoga all-purpose, let's say mat. Maybe people are looking for half an inch extra. What I recommend is to include terms in your title that people would use when searching for this type of product. The fact that it comes with carrying strap, that's nice. I like the fact that it's an anti-tear. Maybe that is something that people hate the most about yoga mats, because with use, they start tearing up, and you may want to put that in the title of your product. So that could be an interesting thing. So I say don't copy, but model them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy paste, but copy this, for example. And you can do this one by one, So my brand is called Yoga Mat 1, and I'm going to say Yoga Mat number 1. That's my brand. That's my model number. I might not just put this. All-purpose, thick, anti-tear, yoga. Oh, they have it already. Yoga mat with carrying strap. That looks good now. Okay, so I'll save that, for example. Again, do the exercise on multiple products. Just don't do it on the first one. What I'm saying, I just want to show you some ways of going at it. What else should you include in terms of the description? Take some ideas from this. They talk about the measurements, double-sided non-slip surfaces. Talk about benefits. These are things that matter to people. And then say why, like, for example, this mat is durable. Why is it? Because it's made out of moisture-resistant technology, makes the mat easy washed, or whatever it is. You put the benefit first and then the technical spec for it. But again, get ideas from here. And then as you scroll down, you'll notice the type of additional information they put in that you could consider putting in within your product pages, product details. Look how beautiful. I mean, don't worry about the design right now. Right now, we're trying to gather ideas on what type of information to include for your products. There's a reason why this product is selling. And learn from these when you start browsing on Amazon. You have even at a glance, 2-year warranty, lightweight, a free carrying case. They show you what's included. They talk about the warranty right here, the dimensions, an overview. This is a simple product description that you can model immediately within your product pages. Here's the interesting part. Sometimes if you don't know what else to include, consider looking at the questions and answers people have about this product. Which side do you recommend using? Recommend faces up. That information, you may want to include it in your description, because to a yoga person, they care about which side to use the face up. Then include that information in your own product page. Is it big enough for ab workout and other exercises? If yours is, then include that information ahead of time. Again, people are lazy. You don't have the questions and answer feature on your own website, but have that information included, especially if you notice that people have the upvotes. People care about this. They've been upvoting it. People care about whether or not it is anti-tear claim. Are people happy with this? And read what people say. You'll get even ideas about the choice of words that people have with regards to describing this product, and you can use these words inside your product description. It's very important to use language that your clients will use when thinking about purchasing this product or describing your product. They can relate to it. The message is going to be clear to them, and eventually it makes it a lot easier for them to feel that this is the right product for them. Let me add to cart and let me purchase it. So my trick really is to go on Amazon, search all the different products within the category that I plan on selling, and get ideas. Now, there's one thing I like. Let me see if I can have some other brand. The concept of highlighting benefits, then description. Let me see if I can find one. I've sold a lot on Amazon. Many years ago, I was able to build a business that sold movies, video games, and we were selling approximately $1 million a month. So I've optimized a lot of the Amazon listings, and I feel that, let me just do this. Let me see if this one has. Oh, perfect. This is a perfect example. When I talk to you about putting benefits first and then the specs, this is what I mean. Immediately when you come to this page, you see this. New eco-friendly material, sticky non-slip texture, perfect performance, lightweight and thick yoga mat, 1-year warranty. Without even going through all of the different points and reading every single sentence, I can easily scan the benefits by simply reading everything that's in uppercase. That's a trick. The benefits are all here. Then I talk about why and how we meet those benefits with highlighting specific technical specs. So how is it that this mat is eco-friendly material? Well, we're using it. We have this yoga mat premium TPE friendly material. It costs more to make. However, it's worth it. Non-traditional. Again, they just explain the details as to why this is eco-friendly and how it compares better to other mats out there. But for me, what caught my attention, it's an eco-friendly material. The fact that they put it in uppercase, highlight specific keywords that I would care about as a yoga person, that is the best way to go about what to include in your descriptions and make it easy with bullet points. So that's an example of, great, you offer a 1-year warranty. What do you mean? Well, 1-year hassle-free warranty from our Top Plus yoga mat. If you have any questions or concerns, we welcome that you contact us via email. Our mission is to provide you with an excellent shopping experience. Buy with confidence. That's the type of information that you need to include on your product pages so that people want to feel reassured that it is what it is they're buying. They have a clear understanding, a descriptive description of what this product is all about, and it makes them confident enough to click on add to cart and then check out. I hope I didn't lose you guys. But again, it's a very simple. So if I was to summarize everything, if you're not sure what to include on your product pages, search Amazon, look at the best sellers, take note of everything you see, take note of all the language that is being used, the keywords that customers are using, the words that are being used to describe it, and model it for your own products inside your online store. And that's how you optimize your product pages in your shop. Whew. Any question? Did I lose you guys? Was it clear? Do I need to repeat something? That's the last thing we're covering. So at least you don't have to worry about it. There's nothing else we're going to cover. Yeah, Simo was talking about benefits sell. Exactly. People love benefits. They don't care about the specs. Only start with the benefits and then say how the specs, the features help deliver on that benefit. Ahmad, if you're tired because of this, then wait, you're going to have more work to be done. It is a lot of stuff, but this is what it takes in order for you guys to sell. You can't expect to sell a product, just put it on the website with a picture and say, well, buy this. No, people are not going to buy it. People have been, they're now shopping more and more online. They expect enough information for them to know exactly what it is that they're buying. And it's your job. And you know what, honestly, you should put an effort into optimizing your pages, put in as much information as possible from the beginning, because it's a long-term investment. You do this once right, then you start just improving it. But if you don't do it from the beginning, you're going to have problems later on. People are not going to buy your products. They're not going to add them to cart. And then you're going to spend money on Facebook, on Google to drive traffic. And then you're wondering, why is it that they're not buying? Especially that people are lazy. They're not going to message you if you don't have specific answers to their questions. They're just going to leave the website. So make sure you have all of this information. Make sure to use many images, videos, whatever it takes to explain what this product is all about. Focus on benefits, highlight specific like features that matter to your audience so that people get it immediately. When they see it, they're like, oh, I like this. Let me stay on this page. Let me continue learning about it. Ahmed is asking, should we open a store on Amazon? This is a totally different topic. For the challenge right here, I don't want to talk about Amazon because then I want you to focus on launching the store first. So Amazon is something else, but in business, always diversify your channels. Do not rely only on one channel. So yes, Amazon should be part of a strategy, but this could be a year, 2 years, 3 years from now. First, build your foundation. And then from there, expand to other channels. Ali, great, Ali. So Felicitas is asking, some manufacturers, dropshippers have already descriptions. Do we just copy or edit, revise? So If you're obviously it's a lot of work, a lot of time that needs to be put into this, and sometimes you have to pay, let's say, someone to write it for you. My recommendation, if you are using products that are available from manufacturers or drop shippers or whoever it is, yes, make sure to edit and change the descriptions that they provide you. And even to a point that I would say in the beginning, you may want to use it. Just have it at least to launch the store, just so that you speed up the process. But you should not stick to whatever it is that they only provide you within their catalog. Have a unique description that is specific to your store, your voice, because you don't want to have a description that is available out there just like everyone else. And you don't want to also use the same images. In the beginning, you might be limited, but I highly recommend that if you have a store with, like, let's say 30 products, I highly recommend that you even take your own pictures. Now, obviously, if the product is being drop shipped, you don't own it, you don't have the inventory in front of you, you're limited. But in the future, you should consider, as you start seeing products start selling, gather some samples, start taking pictures for those products so that at least those images belong to you and no one else. And also you're differentiating yourself from other stores out there. The next reason why it's very important for you guys to do this is the following. When it comes to search engine optimization, if you want Google to show your website as part of the results on Google when somebody's searching, for example, yoga mats, it's hard. It takes time, by the way. It's not easy. But one main criteria is making sure that your content on your product page has to be unique. It can't be similar to another website. If it is, you get penalized. Then who wins? Then Google looks at who wrote that content first. And then there's a lot of technical issues they look at. So that's why I always recommend that just don't take shortcuts. In the beginning, it's okay to take shortcuts so that you launch the store, because you want to really make sure that you progress in this project. Nonetheless, invest in creating your own unique descriptions, taking your own product shots, and also making sure that you deliver a unique experience on the product page that is not available anywhere else, so that the product looks different. If you don't have, for example, let's say you're taking images from your manufacturer, your drop shipper, and they already provide you those images, you can hire someone on Fiverr to do some Photoshop magic and tell them, I need you to redo some of these images, add some elements to make it as if it's mine. You see what I saw here, for example. Let's say the manufacturer sends you this image. Well, you can just take it and ask someone to build out something like this. This image right here, the manufacturer maybe sent you this, and eventually you start having a graphic designer that's going to highlight specific aspects or elements within that picture and create a nice, more like a visual appealing image from there. So you can hire someone to do this, or you could do all of this through Canva, or the tool I had shared previously was called PicMonkey, and that's inside the toolbox. You can use PicMonkey to add all sorts of things to those images, text, you can add effects like these, change some of the colors, but don't change too much that in the end, it no longer describes the product. You don't want to start putting in so many edits to your images that eventually it no longer looks like the actual product. And then you're going to have problems because people are going to be like, I want to return this because it's not what I ordered. It doesn't look like this in your pictures. So keep that in mind. I hope that answers your question, Felicitas. Perfect. Yeah, Loendi, I use my own wording and pictures. Exactly. I highly recommend it. And honestly, when something is easy, everyone else is just going to do it. When it's hard, people are not going to put in the effort. And writing your own descriptions, your own copy, your own images, on editing, all that stuff requires that you put in some effort into this. And people are simply not going to do it. So do it. You stand out. You're differentiating yourself from everyone else out there. And you increase the chances of your success because you're different. You're not just doing something that everyone else would be doing. I think this live went almost an hour. I'm sorry I didn't anticipate to have this much, but nonetheless, let me do this right now. The tips. So add a quick overview, just 2 sentences, let's say, of the product. And I would add bullets focusing on, let's say, 3 to 5 benefits plus features or specs, just similar to what I said about Amazon. I would add also additional images, different angles, different use cases. I would also showcase lifestyle shots of people actually using the product. I would do zoom ins, if possible, highlight specific features within those images. I would add YouTube videos if possible. You can use an app. There's a lot of apps available that allow you to just take, there's a website, for example. I'm just going to recommend the ones I've used right now, but you can do, there's a website called Animoto, and you can make beautiful videos for your products. There are more affordable. I just don't have it right now. You can use, by the way, Canva. Canva has animated images. So you could use that as a way to create a video. So Canva has it as well. You don't need to use Animoto. There's a cost to it. I think it's $50. Or they have a new one called $6. So again, there are options. So YouTube videos, demo of the product, like show how the product looks in your hands. So people, again, if you put this, you say 3 feet, people might not know what that is, or 6 inches, or whatever it is. But if you have it in your hands and you have a video, you don't need to show your face, and you don't even need to talk. Just use the product in front of the camera and start recording it, show different angles. Let's say you're selling watches, have the watch on your wrist. If you're selling rings, show the ring in your finger, so at least people can visualize. You have a necklace, show your neckline here, show where the necklace shows up. These are the things that people care about because they can't touch it. So help them visualize how the product will look like on them and in their hands as well. And then the last thing I would do is include information about what if they have questions. So if they need help, have a statement there. Got questions, reach out to us. Shipping info link. Make sure to link to the shipping page, your returns policy, and let's say returns and payment options. And also any type of guarantee or warranty of some sort that you would like to highlight. Have that information at the end here in your description, so that if people have any questions or concerns, these things would seal the deal. I know what this product is. I know the benefits. I know the specs. I know all that stuff. If I have any more questions, I know I can click here. I know how much is shipping. I know the returns policy. I know what payment methods they offer. And also they have a warranty. You know what? Let me add to cart. I like what I'm seeing. Let me shop. Let me buy it from them. And that's the whole point of a product page. It's an important part of your online store. Again, it is the closest page to the checkout. So you don't want to skip steps here. Everything I've highlighted here has to be followed through, or else you're going to come back on the challenge, or you're going to contact people like me and you're telling them, Alaa, how come I'm not getting conversions? How come people are not buying my product? That's easy. I just go into your product page and I see it. I see exactly, do I feel like buying this product? Are you answering all my questions? Yes or no? If you're not, why bother add to cart? Hence the reason why Felicitas mentioned that yesterday. We will learn about adding live chat, because live chat allows for those who just don't want to read to ask additional questions that may not be available on the product page. But again, it gives you insights as to how you could improve it in the future. And that's it. I've included all those things you need to have. Perfect. And there you go. Any questions? Let me go back. I do not know if my vendor still exists in China. Yeah, unfortunately with the situation, I don't know who's going to exist after we're done. It's going to be a very big challenge for everyone, but nonetheless, just reach out to them. And never rely on one manufacturer, by the way. And I also tell people, do not rely on one country to source your product. You guys saw what happened with the virus right now. I highly recommend to diversify your supply chain. Do not rely only on supplies coming in from China, India, Bangladesh, or the other countries. Also look into supplies that are available within your own country. As we move forward after this problem that we're dealing with, this will be part of everyone's strategy, because you cannot afford not having your product. And those who are successful right now have access to product. So again, look at local manufacturers as well as a backup. I have 101 products. Lowendy is asking, is it too much? It's hard for me to say if it's too much. Honestly, I don't know your product. I don't know your categories. So again, what category you're selling in, that would help. So a lot of times I say, before you kind of come up with an assumption that something is too much, ask your customers. If you see that you're sending a lot of people to the website and they keep browsing every single category, they're searching and they never add to cart, something is going on. Maybe they're overwhelmed, they're not finding the product that they're looking for. So there's ways of going at it. You can have a live chat afterwards, but you got to look at these numbers. Don't just assume that you have too much. In the beginning, I say start small. You don't need to put 100 products. Yes, it's a lot, but part of a strategy in terms of how to grow an e-commerce business, and this is what I teach to more advanced e-commerce tactics in my 8-figure e-commerce program. This is where we say you got to expand your offering, but you have to do it strategically. You don't just start adding more products because you feel like it. You're not a department store. You're really focused on around a specific type of audience. So you really want to be strategic in how many products you add and how they complement each other. The whole idea is to make people come back to you. Don't sell a product that's only consumed once. Don't sell products that do not complement each other. Try to sell related products so that people come back and eventually buy multiple times from you over a period of time. Yeah, general store. Again, it depends. I'm not a big fan of general stores, only because it requires a lot of work when it comes to marketing. So if you have an online store that sells all sorts of products, this means you need to be good in advertising. So you see a lot of people on social media right now saying e-commerce is the best thing ever. These people have marketing skills. They have advertising skills. They're able to target different personas and drive different types of traffic to their web pages. It becomes a little bit overwhelming for someone who's just getting started. I believe that you shouldn't be a generalist, but be more of a specialist. So instead of you selling pet toys, pet accessories, focus on a specific breed of dogs, for example, because you have a Labrador, then launch an online store for Labrador pet dog supplies. Now I'm like, oh, wow, I have a Labrador. This website only sells Labrador products. The owner of the website has a Labrador dog. She is constantly sharing tips about how to take care of their Labrador dog, what type of products they need, the nutrition, you name it, all that stuff. I'm not a dog person, but I'm coming up with all these ideas. Guess what? I might be more inclined to purchasing your products versus, let's say, going to someone else, because I'm getting more than just a product. I'm getting your advice. I'm getting a lot of insights. I'm improving my relationship with my Labrador dog. Again, I will buy your product because you're a specialist. If I go to Amazon, I'm just buying from a store. Yes, I might get the cheapest price. Yes, I might save money. But you know what? I have a nice relationship with you as the owner of the website because you're giving me more than just a product. All this knowledge, insights, stories. I love this. I'm also part of your community. Now you're talking. So you're a specialist versus a generalist. That's why I don't like general stores. Great. Happy you're benefiting from it. All right, guys, I don't want to really take up a lot of your time. It's been already, I could stay here for hours and hours. But also myself, I want to take advantage of this beautiful day to get some air. Nonetheless, we have to stay home and we do our part. If you guys have any additional questions, you can just put them in the comments. I'll get back to it as I watch over the group. In any case, I want to see, just make sure everything's covered. Perfect. I hope this was beneficial. You guys got a lot of insights in terms of adding products. So your task is to go inside your store and add at least 5 products. So add 1 and then just duplicate it 4 times. So at least you have 5 products, because in the coming days, we're going to start organizing the store in collections. We're going to start adding links to the navigation. And also we're going to start filling up the additional pages, because by the end of 4 days, we're going to start working on some market initiative, Facebook, Instagram, email. We'll see what will happen. So I hope this was useful today. And again, thank you for making it. Those who show up every single day, thank you for the support. I really, really appreciate it. And I can't wait to see your store, because obviously you're putting an effort into it. Otherwise, have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow, Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Take care.